Still have some work ahead outside of rookie camp for the Cowboys. We know that they're trying to get a deal done with Micah Parsons. So where are they in that process at this moment?
Well, Scooby, trying is relative. They want to sign Micah Parsons. They plan to. They budgeted to do so. But I'm told the Cowboys have not yet ramped up negotiations with Micah Parsons and his agent. That will come. The Cowboys love to take their time with these sort of deals. You saw it last year with Dak Prescott. Didn't get done until right before the season. Late August for CeeDee Lamb. They've done that in the past. So they do have a penchant for paying their star players. They know what the market is. We're talking $35, $40 million per year for a player of this caliber. So they got a couple months to shake that out. In the meantime, Amari Cooper. Cowboys do need an extra wide receiver coming out of the draft. They did not take one. I'm told there is at least some mutual interest between Amari Cooper and the Cowboys having some sort of reunion. Now, the Cowboys don't want to spend big here. Amari Cooper's made, nearly $140 million in his career, so he's probably not eager to take a low deal here. They would have to work something out. But as one source told me, that this might be good for both sides to come back together and run it back.
I can hear Cowboys fans sucking their teeth right now all over America. But Dallas rookies in camp right now. Browns rookies get there Friday, including Shedeur Sanders. That's a crowded QB room that they got over there. What's the possibility of a trade or two going on in Cleveland?
Well, asking around after the draft, the sense I get is the Browns value or look at their roster through the prism of currency, through value, right? So that could lead to a potential trade down the road because it is a crowded room. Head coach Kevin Stefanski does like to keep 4 quarterbacks in his room. You see Deshaun Watson there, probably won't be a part of that because of the injury. So you roll with those 4. They gave up a 3rd-round pick and 2 5th-round picks for Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders. Maybe they can recoup some of that if they showcase one of those players in the preseason or one looks good or there's an injury down the road. So we'll see what happens. They're going to give these guys a shot. They are very high on Dylan Gabriel. That's a player that I had earmarked going into the draft, was hearing from other teams that the Browns low-key really liked. He's a smaller player, so he didn't have a high draft status, but they love the way he plays the position. So we'll see if he can make a little move here.
I have a feeling you're going to be talking about the Browns a lot on SportsCenter this season.
No doubt.
In the past 10 years, the Browns have more seasons with 3 or fewer wins than they have playoff appearances. That's crazy, but we'll talk about them a lot. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks, man.
That this rookie contract is just, Lord willing, the first of a couple that I have coming in front of me. So I was just focused on getting to work. I wasn't too worried about the little extremities. That's stuff for my agent to worry about. So I told her, I was like, look, let's get this thing done. I'm ready to get to work. Like, I always wanted to be a professional football player. I always wanted to win Super Bowl. So now I'm just worried about helping my team win, being an asset to my team. Yeah, I'm in the NFL now, but what am I going to do in the NFL? That's what matters.
Honestly, his sound bites are amazing. Great person. All right, the Cowboys addressed some big team needs in the draft. They ranked 24th in pass block win rate last season, so they drafted Tyler Booker, the guard. With the loss of DeMarcus Lawrence, they drafted edge rusher Donovan Ezaraku, and they ranked 2nd worst in opponents' yard per attempt last season, so they drafted cornerback Siobhan Ravel Jr. And they couldn't run the ball, so they drafted running back Jayden Blue. So there you go. I mean, that makes you feel good. But, Tim, did they do enough in the draft to address all of their issues?
Yeah, no, they didn't. And in fairness to the Cowboys, because you just outlined it great, Laura. When you look at it, it's look, there were needs, and then and presumably they're drafting good players to fill the void and the needs that they have there. Look, when you look at some teams, Cowboys would be one of them. I think there are a couple other teams. Patriots would be one of them. One swing of the hammer is not going to fix it all. It's not going to be one pass through free agency. It's not going to be one pass through the draft that all of a sudden you go, yep, we fix it. So some of the criticism of, well, you didn't get Dak a wide receiver. It's well, if you did get him a receiver, were you going to get him the left guard that you needed to get him? So listen, I think the Cowboys did a good job. I don't think you can really ever fault them for the talent they bring in. I think they do a nice job of that. I just think we're a team with how things have kind of shaken out and where they are with their quarterback and his contract that, look, you're going to have to be patient in terms of the turnaround.
Yeah, Tim, Amari Cooper is still out there, a potential fill for that wide receiver 2 spot in Dallas. And I'm told there is at least some mutual interest between the player and the team on a reunion. Now, money will be the sticking point most likely. I'm told Dallas really doesn't want to spend a lot in remaining free agency. Amari Cooper's made almost $140 million, so I doubt he's going to take a minimum deal at this point. But look, they got the coming weeks and months, see if they can come to some sort of agreement. It looks like he's not going to resign in Buffalo. So I do expect Dallas to sort of comb that market, add at least one offensive piece at some point.
Yeah, D-Wood, is Cooper enough to fill that number 2 spot in Dallas?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's getting up there in age. He's obviously, the Cowboys are very familiar with Amari Cooper, being that he played with the Dallas Cowboys. But listen, Laura, they need someone opposite CeeDee Lamb. It's just been like just barren at the number 2 receiver for the Dallas Cowboys, and it just makes it so much, for opposing defense, makes it easier when you get to scheme up CeeDee Lamb when you don't have a threat opposite him. So whether it's Amari Cooper or or trade or something, they need to address that in order to get the most out of this passing game.
Jeremy, where do things stand with Micah Parsons getting a new deal, by the way?
Well, I'm told Dallas has not ramped up negotiations with Parsons' agent as of yet. So they plan to, they want to, they've essentially budgeted for this. They know what the market is. It's going to be well above $35–40 million per year. But Dallas isn't comfortable waiting. We've seen that with Dak Prescott. He didn't get a deal done until September of last year. CeeDee Lamb late.
I don't think you should be mad at the selection of Booker. The brother can play. I think that he buffers their offensive line. That is a big, big deal. You need to be able to run the football. You need to be able to pass protect. And that's really what this comes down to. It starts with the offensive line on offense. If you can't protect the quarterback and you can't create gaps for a running game, then you've got no chance to be effective offensively, particularly when it counts against a team like the Philadelphia Eagles or the Washington Commanders within your division. Having said all of that, here's why it should be sad news for Dallas Cowboy fans.
There we go. Here we
Here's
go.
why
Here
it's,
we
and this
go,
is no
man.
knock. This is no knock.
When he does this,
Booker.
Marcus, when he does this.
But listen.
It's go time.
This is no offense against Booker. Booker can ball, and I'm happy for him and his family. Here's the problem.
There it is. There.
Remnants of the days of old. Jerry hasn't let it go. Let me tell Cowboy fans everywhere. Let me tell Cowboy, I reckon I'm right. Okay? Let me tell Dallas Cowboy fans everywhere.
See, there it was.
Larry Allen ain't walking through that door. Nate Newton ain't walking through that door. Mark Twain ain't walking through that door. Eric Williams ain't walking through that door. Mark Stepnoski is not walking through that door. That's the offensive line, the Great Wall of Dallas, that propelled them to Super Bowl championships, that facilitated Emmitt Smith being an all-time leading rusher in NFL history, that protected Troy Aikman, that created time so he could get the ball to the playmaker, Michael Irvin. Those days are what Jerry Jones is holding on to. And that's the real problem here. This is the 3rd consecutive year he's drafted an offensive lineman. And by the way, all their names were Tyler Smith, Tyler Guyton, and now Tyler Brooks. I mean, back to back. So all I'm trying to say to y'all is, look, man, I understand. He's trying, and that's where it is.
I'm so mad you thought of that. I'm so mad you thought of that.
The talent is good. The problem is Jerry is holding on. This is the latest piece of evidence that he's holding on to pass, and he hasn't let it go, which explains why it's 30 years since you haven't won a Super Bowl or been in an NFC Championship game.
Good,
and there's no doubt
that's good,
it's going to be 31.
Man. This is a highlight for you.
That's good,
This is an Emmy Real moment for you. I can't believe you thought of the Tyler thing. I'm so mad I didn't think of the Tyler thing.
Tyler and Tyler. That's the truth.
I'm telling you, if we could get the producers to cut all the clips that when you turn a little bit to the side about the Cowboys and you go like this, it's go time. Like it means that's the move. Oh man, that was good.
Dan, what do you think? What do you think the Cowboys should have done?
It's the truth. It's the truth.
So I was Ted McMillan. I wanted them to get Ted McMillan. I agree with Marcus. He wasn't there, so I'm not going to crush the Cowboys. kind of body frame that is lean and lanky. CeeDee's taller than people think. He's a little bit stockier than people think, but same type of skill. Now, Golden's a vertical threat, maybe a little bit faster than CeeDee, but style-wise, I kind of saw them play very similar. That's why Tet McMillan was totally different, big and ball skills and kind of the one-on-one basketball type of play. So when him going to Carolina, which by the way, outstanding, Dan Morgan, love the pick for Bryce Young in Carolina. When he goes there, I didn't hate it. Now here's like the not fun TV point of this. The boring Cowboys are the best Cowboys, and this is a boring pick. It is. It's boring, but that's when the Cowboys are at their best. And so if you told everybody you're going to get Tyler Booker, shout out.
Đấy, cứ móc qua luân phiên từng mũi nha mọi người. Mình móc tiếp này. Lần lượt từng mũi một. Đấy, móc tiếp. Từng mũi một cho mình. Rồi mũi tiếp theo. Móc tiếp nha mọi người. Rồi, mũi nữa. Đấy, móc vào như này là được. Tiếp nhé. Mũi tiếp theo. Cứ lần lượt như vậy là được. Móc tiếp xuống nha mọi người. Đấy, mình móc nối vào. Tiếp nha mọi người. Rồi móc nối vào đây. Nối vào nhé và siết dây. Đây. Mình sẽ được cái phần diềm họa tiết rất là xinh như này. Bây giờ mình lại móc tiếp cái phần thân túi nha. Mình đổi sang màu len xanh. Mình gỡ thêm ra để sử dụng nhé. Bây giờ sẽ móc vào nha mọi người. Móc vào và siết chặt phần len màu đỏ. Đây mình sẽ móc những cái mũi nửa kép xuống nhé. Đây, tiếp tục móc vào này. Rồi, móc những mũi tiếp theo. Tiếp nha mọi người. Đây, mọi người cứ móc luân phiên cho mình. Mũi nữa.